on the road again, just like Mayhem Country Living. So, yep, that's where I'm at, on the road again, and I'm eating some leftovers. I got some Jimmy John's. I got a leftover Jimmy John's, what do you call it? Buffalo chicken sandwich. It's a hot mess. And then I also got leftover seafood chimichanga from a restaurant that I ate at with just JoJo. So hopefully you saw that video. And of course, for refreshments, I decided to try something different, something I've never had before. Modelo chalada. Modelo chalada. I have no idea what a chalada is. Apparently, chalada is special with the refreshing flavors of tomato, salt, and lime. So I'm guessing it's kind of like a Bloody Mary. Let me go get the drinking apparatus. Smells like tomato and beer. Cheers. Yeah, it kind of tastes like a Bloody Mary, but not as thick, obviously. It's not horrible. Definitely not. Definitely not as bad as the pirate water. Oh my gosh, that stuff was horrible. So let's see how well it goes with my chimichanga. Still good. Yeah, pairs well. Goes real good. So good. That was really good. I really don't have a story to tell, or maybe. I've been listening to these podcasts, people reading things off of Reddit. I decided to check out what Reddit's all about. I got a Reddit account, made some comments in some of the postings. I was able to post a couple stories from my Navy days. And I think I told the story before. I'll go ahead and tell it while we're enjoying the chalada. Tomato, salt, and lime. Oh, I did see a little short video. Supposedly if you have a headache, drink something salty. Probably eat something salty too, and that helps, I don't know, move fluids around in your head and helps with the headaches. See how it goes with my sandwich. Pretty good with the buffalo chicken sandwich. So if you've heard this story before, enjoy it again. I was an aircraft mechanic. Some of you may already know. And by this time, I've been in the Navy probably for a couple of years. I was an E4, and I was a pretty good mechanic, pretty experienced mechanic on this one aircraft type. And so I worked the graveyard shift, mid shift, from 11 at night to 7 in the morning, something like that, or 10 at night till 7 in the morning. And one night So I was tasked with changing the tail wheel on a helicopter. Maybe I'll put a picture of one of the helicopters I worked on. And so get all my tools together. I had a 45-pound toolbox. I had the tail wheel that I had to change, and I had to take the tail wheel jack. It's a little stubby jack, about, I don't know, probably 12, 14 inches tall. This thing probably weighed about 300 pounds. And it's a round thing, and you had a pump. You pump it, and the center would, the center cylinder hydraulics would pump the piston up. And they had these two outrigger legs with wheels, these little steel wheels, and the jack handle was attached by a cable to the jack, so you wouldn't lose it. But we would also use it to pull the jack. So get all my tools together, and I think I might have had like a dolly. So I put the toolbox and the wheel on the dolly, right, two-handle dolly, and I would just hold that by one handle, and I would drag the jack with the other hand. Mind you, the helicopter was a half a mile away from the hangar shop, so I had to drag these things a half a mile across the concrete flight line to get to the helicopter to start changing the aircraft. Now, technically, you had to rope off the aircraft when you go to jack it up. Well, it's like midnight. There's nobody around, so I didn't have to rope off the aircraft. And it usually only took like an hour to change the tail wheel, all the way from jacking it up, pulling the old tail wheel out, put the new tail wheel in. And it wasn't because it was flat. It was just they have a time cycle, like so many months you had to change the tail wheels, or all the wheels, right? Every wheel had a certain amount of time that it could be on the aircraft, and then they would take it, inspect it, and then reassemble it, put it back into inventory. So I get out there, set my tools out, jack the aircraft up, and I start taking the tail wheel apart. And my government issued flashlight, the plastic one, I think this one was a straight one. It didn't have the 90-degree gooseneck, and it had 2D batteries in it and an incandescent bulb. So I got my flashlight, I got it under one arm, basically just so I can see the fine details of what I'm doing. Well, of course, the light starts to flicker and goes out. So you shake it, bang it. So either the bulb had burned out or the batteries had burned out, but more than likely it was the batteries because it was already kind of dim to start with. Well, where I was at, I was close enough. There was a chain link fence behind me, and there was a street light probably about 30-40 yards from where I was sitting. So I had enough light to see what I was doing. So I was like, I'll just finish up. I don't want to walk. And you couldn't leave the aircraft while it was up on jacks. You couldn't leave it unattended. So I would have had to have put everything back together, let the aircraft down, go back into the shop, get fresh batteries, and then come back out. So, either way, I had to finish up. So I get to the point where I'm starting to reassemble everything, right? I take the old tire off, put the new tire on, put the axle in, and here comes my supervisor. And he sits down next to me, and I really like the guy. He was a good guy, would give you the shirt off his back. Very good person, right? But very annoying as a supervisor. And at this point, let's take a look at the other refreshment in case I didn't like this one. So I'll probably finish this one later, but let's get into Monaco Tequila Lime Crush. Smells good. Smells like a margarita. Oh, alcohol, 9% alcohol, 3.5%. So this is more of a sipping drink. This is more of a get your crunk on. Oh, that's good. It does have a weird aftertaste. Pretty good. It's got tequila in it. Yeah, contains tequila. Can you see that? So my supervisor shows up. I'm putting everything back together. My flashlight's dead. He sits down next to me and he's smacking his gum, which after about 30 seconds gets really annoying. And then he goes, "Hey bro," he calls everybody bro because he can't remember your name. He goes, "Hey bro, where's your flashlight?" I was like, "Oh, the batteries are dead, I don't need it." He goes, you need a flashlight, bro." It's like, no, I'm good. All I have to do is put the other nut back in, put the cotter pin in, and then, and then I gotta go get the air. It's called the NAN cart. It's a nitrogen cylinder cart. I just gotta go get the NAN cart and air it up, then I'm done. So he sits there for another minute or so, and I'm putting stuff together, making sure all my tools are in place. And he goes, bro, I want you to go get some batteries for the flashlight. And I said, "I really don't need it. I'm almost done. I'll be done in like 5 minutes." He goes, "Bro, you have to get fresh batteries." I was hot. I mean, I was this close to finishing. I didn't want to walk half a mile back to the hangar just to get batteries. So I was like, "All right, but you gotta stay here because you can't leave the aircraft unattended while it's up on a jack." He goes, okay, bro, I'll wait." So I take the flashlight, walk back to the hangar, half a mile, and I'm just fit to be tied. I'm like, and slamming stuff. And one of my shipmates who worked in the same shop as I did, he goes, what's wrong, man?" He goes, "Supervisor wants me to go get fresh batteries for the flashlight and I'm almost done." And so I'm pretty pissed. He goes, "Chill, man. The helicopter ain't going nowhere. Just sit down, take a break." I thought about it. I was like, yeah, you're right. What's he gonna do? He's stuck out there. He can't go anywhere. So sit down, take a deep breath, go get my lunch, because it was about lunchtime anyway. That's another reason why I was pissed, because it was almost lunchtime. And so I would have had to, come back in, go back out, finish up, and then come back in for lunch, and then go get the NAN cart or to go air up the tire. But anyway, so I was like, yeah. So I sat down, ate my lunch, took a big long dump. And you have to get your batteries from the tool room. You had to turn in old batteries to get new batteries. And the tool room was the only place that you could get batteries. I mean, obviously you could buy your own batteries and kind of do your own thing, but why would you buy something when the government will supply the batteries for you? So about an hour and a half later, finally went to the tool room, got the batteries, put them in the flashlight, you know, the flashlight works now. It's brighter. It's still dim. It's horrible, horrible flashlights. Walk back half a mile back out to the aircraft. And dude's just sitting there, you know. These were the days before cell phones, so he's probably bored out of his mind. But he's still sitting there, smacking his gum. He goes, "What took you so long, bro?" And I was like, "Oh, the tool room was closed. I had to wait for the guy to come back before I could get batteries." He bought it. So anyway, so I just handed him the flashlight. I was like, "Here, I don't need it." So he holds a flashlight. And of course he's pointing all different places. You know, I could change the tire in my sleep. So I didn't need the flashlight. So I put everything back together. And I said, you know, wait here, I gotta go get the NAN card. So I went and go, or maybe the NAN card was already there. It was just like a couple of aircraft down or something. So I grabbed the NAN card, come back, you know, fill up the tire to the right pressure, disconnect, put all my tools away, put everything back in the on the dolly, and you know, just start hauling everything back to the hangar. I didn't even talk to him. You know, took the flashlight, put it back in the toolbox, and just walked back to the hangar. But I made him wait like 2 hours out in the dark doing nothing because he wanted flashlight batteries. And so that was my malicious compliance story, or petty revenge story. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so all right, tequila lime crush from Monaco. Yeah, not bad. I think it was like $250, $260, something like that. And I think this was like $275. Chalada. All right. Cheers. Have a good one. Later. It definitely deserves a lot of cowbell. I almost forgot. And for today's extra content, I got a card from Hemp Seed Addict. So let's take a look-see. Oh, cool. Picture of her, one of her dogs in her kayak. It says, "Hey Salty, here's us. Yorkie kayak and coffee. Pepper had the choice to set out of the boat. I even took her out of the boat, but she got right back in. They all kayak crazy. Best. Hemp Seed Addict." Here you go. There's your Yorkie and coffee. Very nice. Thanks for the card.